The Rush is sponsored by State Farm.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Rush. As always, I'm Danny Fry, and this week we're on basketball overload with two of the boys' games over the week and also a doubleheader of girls' basketball, two feature stories, and a whole lot more. But right now, let's get the show started, and we bring in Glenwood forward Craig Fuchs. He's the guest anchor for this double dose of basketball. Now, Craig, basketball team rolling right along. What you guys wanted right now?
Yeah, we're playing good. We've got a few guys out. We're figuring things out, and our defense has to tighten up, but we're getting there.
And you had a tune-up game against the Rochester Rockets on last Friday, so let's take a look how the Titans did against the Rochester Rockets. And here you get right off the bat. Guys got off to an 8-0 start. Miles McAdams still on his hot streak.
Oh, yeah, he's shooting great right now. You got to keep doing it.
You've been doing a great job of feeding the ball, too, but here you are. You're barely going to get this bucket to fall. Matt Swain was tough, number 32.
Yeah, he's a big kid. His arms are about 8-foot wingspan. He's killing it.
He was able to do it on the offensive end here, too, and Rochester went on a 10-0 run when he's able to get offensive rebounds and put it back, and he does it again here.
Yeah, we didn't do our job. We had to tighten up our defense and box out. We didn't do it.
10-8 Rochester at the end of one, but then driving in the lane there is Peyton Allen. He gets it to fall.
Yeah, Peyton's Peyton.
And now, here we go. You'll dump it off. There's Miles again. You were really able to find Miles. You were ahead, kept comfortably at halftime.
Me and Miles have good chemistry. We've been playing together our whole life.
Daniel Helton mentioned a couple players out. He's getting back into some knee issues, but he's starting to settle in. And in Rochester, just costly turnovers that really killed him in this game, Kurt.
Yeah, we tightened up our defense in the second half for sure. Got them uncomfortable, forced a lot of turnovers.
At the end, and the Titan faithful were happy with that one. Sing a little Christmas carol there, and the Titans win handily 52-37 against Rochester. Miles at 14 points. Allen with 16. Also Peyton at the end of that game at 1,010 points, so now he's in one of the coveted 1,000-point club here at Glenwood.
Yeah, it's a big point.
And he ends up taking that one. Then you guys had a tough test with Chicago Farragut, the Admirals, known as rivals for Simeon. What were you expecting with them?
We're just expecting a quick team, athletic. Just had to tighten our D so they couldn't get to the rim. You
guys did that. Let's take a look here at the Team Rose shootout up in Chicago, Glenwood versus Farragut. Now Farragut, they get started on a good start. Here is a three that ends up falling in for Farragut. They led 6-4 at the end of the first quarter. Yeah, it was a slow start for us on offense. We had to adjust. We weren't expecting that zone they came out in. So. Miles really attacked the basket in this game, though, and then, of course, he can shoot from the outside. I believe he did 3 in this game from 9 yards. They definitely started shooting the ball well. After we started rolling, we got some confidence, tightened up on defense, too. Yeah, and here's Farragut, ball stolen away by Ukraine, and you whip it over. Incredible layup here from Miles McAdams. He's an athlete, there's no doubt about it. And then even when Peyton misses, gets his own rebound, inside, able to finish. Oh, yeah. Now, how much is a second chance opportunities for you guys this season? We pride on going to the boards, getting offensive rebounds so we have more shots. Glenwood ahead 23-8 at halftime after a Josh Matchey jumping from the baseline. He's a big guy, but he can shoot again from the baseline. That's probably his best quality is his shooting. And he's really improved on that throughout his junior year now. Farragut trying to get back in it. They get a bucket there, and then Peyton falls down. There's a steal and an easy layup for Farragut. But in the second quarter, you guys really killed him. And here, nice layup in transition. And guys were able to hold off a tough, speedy Farragut team. Yeah, we expected them to turn up the pressure in the second half, but we adjusted well. Key offensive rebound there. Ball put in from Peyton Allen. And you guys go on to win by 14, 48-34. Allen had 16. McAdams of 14 again. Peyton's really improved on his free throw shooting now. He was 6 for 6 from the line in that game, one of the team's leading free throw shooters, as you are too. And you guys got a tough challenge, very first challenge of the year, I think, against the Jacksonville Crimsons tonight at the Bowl. And what are you guys expecting from that tough CSA matchup? Well, Jacksonville, they're just going to be tough. They're a big team. They got a huge front line. Their guards are big, and we got to box out. Rebounding is going to be a big key, and stay strong inside. Thanks, Craig. And down in Jacksonville tonight at 7:45, the Titans will look to improve their record to 9-0 and will face their first real challenge in the Crimsons. GHS fans are known for their loyalty. Some students go even further and show their spirit by serving as assistant team managers. The Rush's own Eric Burklow has more on how one manager does more than just carry equipment.
For many years, assistant managers have helped GHS sports.
Well, we've had assistant managers and managers here at Glenwood High School with our football program and our basketball program, I think even with baseball. And we usually, we have students who they might not be able to play, they might not be ready to go out and take the field, but they still love the game and they want to be a part of it.
Colin Small Jr. at Glenwood High is one of these managers. Like a lot of these kids, he caught into the sports field, but due to health issues as a kid, Colin's enthusiasm took a different route. Rather than playing in high-contact sports, he's been assistant with them.
I manage varsity football and varsity basketball.
Colin's job on our team is Colin's kind of the motivational guy. He's on our sideline at games. Those of you who see Colin at our ball games, they see a guy who's, he's about as fiery a supporter of our football program and Glenwood athletics in general as anybody.
He was assistant manager back in 7th grade, and he didn't really do much except stand over there and cheer. And now, he gets waters and he gets towels, and he's honestly just like one of the players. He's always there with us, and it's expanded to the fact that he's one of us. He's one of the guys.
He's just a great kid overall. I don't know how to put it into words exactly, but like I said before, he inspires us. Everything he does to help the team go and to just encourage us throughout the week and get us ready to play the game. He does a lot.
His teammates rely on him for both his support and insight. Sometimes Colin can see what's going on in the game better from the sidelines than the team.
So with him, it's always, as a team, he's kind of like a coach with me. He tells me what to do, and I do take his advice. If he tells me some guy was open on the last play, well, I'm going to look for him next play. And he's really good moral support. He's always on my case.
Just when I see him after the game, how passionate he is for us. Like, if we lose, he's there with everybody else, taking it he's crying with the rest of us. So, it means a lot there.
Yes, and been friends with some of the kids on the team.
Honestly, probably the best moment with Colin is when you come off a sideline after scoring a touchdown, he gives you a big hug, and that's my favorite thing. You're so jacked, and he's just as excited as you are, so you come off and he gives you that big hug. So as a team and as a friend of his, I feel like that's the best moment.
Many members of the GHS football team are seniors this year and won't be back. They will take many memories with them, such as key plays and GHS team spirit. They will also remember Colin's friendship, inspiration, and enthusiasm. For The Rush, I'm Eric Burklow.
The Glenwood football team finished the season as quarterfinalist, and it's fair to say that Colin Small played a huge part in their success. We're taking a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with girls basketball, wrestling results, and much more. Stay tuned. Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top Walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set?
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot.
Where's your
Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
Alright, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Joining me now on The Rush is girls basketball starting guard Maggie Julin, here to go over 2 girls basketball highlights, Rochester and in there with Lincoln. And how do you think the season's gone so far? Only 1 loss.
The season's going pretty good. This is going to be one of our better years, and I think we're a team better than we were last year.
Well, let's see. You guys really played like a team in the Rochester game, and let's see how you guys did at the West Gym. How was it playing at the big gym?
It was really cool. It was a good experience for us.
Guys got off to, it was a slow tempo game. Guys got off to a good shot. There's a jumper good, Ellie Alexander. And then Parker Bandy looking out top of the key. Kelly Graves really a 3-point specialist for you guys.
Yes, she is.
And then going over in Rochester, they had a good player too, but here you guys are in transition. There's Ellie Alexander, really dominant inside, able to get that one to fall.
Yes, Ellie's really good in the middle. She works really well to get the ball.
Overall, you're shooting good. 13-8, you guys were up, but they had number 22, Kylie Clemens. She had 16. What are you guys trying to do to stop her? She's a really good shooter. Here she goes again off the backboard.
Yeah, we just need to tighten up our defense a little better.
Now, you guys were down 6 late in the game, and actually down 7. What was Coach trying to say while you guys were mounting your comeback?
We just need to work the ball and slow down the pace. We were going really fast and just working too hard.
Yeah, and Clemens' whole game, but you guys really started here. Parker Bandy 3 was key to cut it down. And you guys ended up going on to win by 3, 30-27. Graves had 8 points and Clemens with 16. And from that Rochester game, you guys again really learned how to play a team. Had a little easier opponent in the Lincoln Rail Splitters, Lady Railers, and let's take a look at those highlights now. Versus Lincoln, this was on Tuesday night, back at the East Gym, and you were on shooting there from the baseline.
Yes.
All from 2-point here. Kelly Graves again left of the circle.
Yeah, Kelly shoots really well whenever she's on.
And she was on tonight, well, usually around 8 points, averaging 4.7. And Nikki Hogan had 6 in that one. That one from right at the circle.
Yeah, we all had a good game. We all had some points. It wasn't just one big score.
Lincoln struggled. There was a rare jumper that fell from Walters. And there's Nikki again trying to spread the ball around. And how key was that through this game?
It worked really well. We moved the ball pretty good.
And here, fast break opportunity, Morgan Justison. And then off a steal, Kelly Graves played great defense, right? Got a lot of her points off steals too.
Yeah.
And there, you guys 3 sophomore's on your team, the sophomore student section there, always there to support you. And then inside here, later in the game, had some of the reserves got a chance here. Here's Maddie Lawrence, nice pull-up jumper.
Yeah, when they came in, they did a good job.
Guys end up holding on. Lincoln, though, here's a 3 from Walters, and they did win the 4th quarter, so it was 36-6. You guys were ahead. Ellie Alexander there putting it in, and it was 36-6 entering the 3rd quarter. Called off the Dogs at the end of the 3rd quarter. Go on to a cruise, 40-20. You had 8 points. Kelly Graves with 8 points as well. Next big contest after Southeast is the SHG Blazers. At 6:30 on Saturday. What are you expecting from SHG?
They're a good competition. It's probably going to be a more physical game, but we just got to be on our game and play good defense.
All right, thanks Maggie for coming on, and now the girls will head over to SHG on Saturday night at 6:30 for a key CS8 matchup. Now, some consider it a fun activity, but in truth, this full-fledged sport is one of the toughest in the game. Let's turn to Josh Camacho for a story on horseback riding.
Horseback riding is seen mostly as a free-time activity, not as a full-fledged Olympic sport, even though it is both. After leisure riding, there comes intense training for competitions.
As a sport, I mean, just because it's not like soccer or something, I mean, it's still an Olympic sport. It's in the Olympics, and you have to work really hard. Like, it's a really difficult thing. No matter what people say, it's not easy. It's very hard.
A properly trained horse is key to a 5-star performance.
It takes a long time to train the horse and the rider to be ready to show and do everything and get first place.
After competitions, there's little to be done other than pack up.
You just gotta clean up the horses and, load them up, go home and take a nap or something.
Back riding is really a full-fledged sport in its own. Now, GHS wrestlers went to Southeast for a dual meet hosted by Steve Rockford's Spartans. Let's see how the Titans performed here at the duels. Vincent Mavetta went 4-0 undefeated at 152. Nick Courtney 4-0. Sam Butler went 3-1, lost to a really tough kid, a strong kid from Centennial, because Sam Butler really doesn't lose that often. But overall, as a team, the Titans went 3-1 at the Southeast duels. Their only loss was at the hands of Mount Vernon, 33-30, but won decisively in their other 3 matches. Next up for the guys is the Springfield Invite on Saturday, starting at 9. And now the Glenwood boys swim team, they co-hosted a meet last Saturday, Springfield at Eisenhower Pool. Let's see how they did. Springfield up winning the meet, GHS finishing second. Stewart home and won the 500 free. Drew Kostick in the 200 IM. Their events, and the GHS swim team will now head back to Eisenhower this Saturday at the SHG Capital Classic at 1. The Rush's very own NFL Swami Eric Burklow has predicted 55% of his NFL games correctly. This past week, Eric was correct with his fantasy star Marshawn Lynch, who rushed for over 130 yards with 3 touchdowns. Let's see what Eric has in store for this week.
What up, this is Eric Burklow. This is my Week 15 perks. My first game is Packers at Bears. The Packers will win. Sorry, Bears fans. Cutler is out with an injury again, and that'll give Chicago a lot of problems, and the Packers have a better passing game. Vikings at Rams. I'll go with the Rams. Sam Bradford, St. Louis QB, will throw more yards than Christian Ponder on Sunday, and that'll get it done. And they have a better defense than Minnesota, so that's why the Rams will win. 49ers at Pats. New England will win. It's my Super Bowl preview, I think. Mario Manningham is out for San Fran, and that'll take a receiver away from Colin Kaepernick. That could give him problems. And my upset is Giants at Falcons. I will go with the Giants. The Giants front four will make Matt Ryan throw quite a few interceptions on Sunday, and the Giants will create more turnovers to win the game. And my fantasy star is Ray Rice, the running back for Baltimore. He averages 80 yards a game, plus he catches the ball pretty well. Denver gives up about 100 yards a game this year, and Ray Rice will be able to take Denver running defense weakness.
Let's take our last commercial break of the day, and we'll be right back for the weekly debate with Sports Radio 1450's Steve Bridge and Andrew Harvey. Stay tuned.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, that's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
That Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye and pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, That Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969. Welcome back to The Rush here. It's weekly debate time and a very special guest here from Sports Radio 1450, a co-host of The Press Box, Steve Bridge, also the Ag Reporter, and also Andrew Harvey, play-by-play. Did a few games for the Titans this year, Marion for football, and then the shootout against Chicago-Leo. And thanks for coming on for the debate, and let's get right into it. Paul Tagliabue went over the Bounty Gate rulings, and he declared that he agreed with Roger Goodell, but he was going to overturn everything. And but really, how does that affect Roger Goodell's his really power and authority through over the upcoming season?
Danny, I don't think it might affect it too much. The players, honestly, I think have already lost a lot of respect for Goodell, and they aren't really interested in his opinion or his rulings and all of these things. So they get a little bit of a boost from Paul Tagliabue's decision here. But as far as his position with the players, I think that relationship is all but broken and maybe a little bit, beyond repair for now. So as far as Goodell with the players, I think the players got to win out of what the former commissioner decided to do, but Goodell and the players are somewhat finished on this issue.
Yeah, Jonathan Vilma actually said that he's still going to go with his lawsuit against Roger Goodell. And Andrew Harvey, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think like what Steve said, I don't think a whole lot. I don't think it was too good in the first place, so I don't think it made it that much better or anything like that. You might just see more people appealing fines and appealing suspensions, but outside of that, I don't think a whole lot really changes from it.
And on a more serious note in the NFL, actually a back-to-back week tragedies had the Javon Belcher Chiefs tragedy, and then two former Illini, Josh Brennan and Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown, a practice squad linebacker, killed in a crash with Josh Brennan. Really, what's your reaction to another NFL tragedy?
Well, I think the big thing is, it's an unfortunate situation that happened in Kansas City and then in Dallas, back-to-back weeks in the NFL. And I think that they're going to look into more, doing different things, but they have the car service everybody talks about now in the NFL. But the hard part with the car service is that every team can see how many times each guy calls it. So if you're going to become a free agent in a month and they see that you call the car service 5 times a week, that means that you're going out and doing stuff 5 times a week that you probably shouldn't be doing on game weeks. But it's an unfortunate situation that happened with two Illini, but I really don't see how the NFL, unless they have some anonymous clause or something that they can do to kind of stop it.
Yeah, exactly. And Steve, what do you feel about this?
Yeah, and it highlights the fact that young guys with a lot of money and a lot of power and prestige and fame will go ahead and do stupid things.
They think they're above the law a little bit. We've seen that go off and on.
And I think a little bit invincible. And if you're an NFL player, I think I can understand sometimes how that position can be felt if you're a young athlete and all of a sudden have a lot of money in your pocket. They just need to work to continue to make good decisions. And Andrew Harvey touched on that car service a little bit. The other problem I've heard players say in news reports is that, well, there's no one there to drive my car back home, so I need to get my car from where I am back to my house so I can make it to practice or my team meeting on time. And maybe that program can be tweaked a little bit to help those guys out, but also just some real understanding that terrible things can happen if players make poor decisions and drive drunk.
Yeah, they're trying to push the envelope there a little bit and shouldn't do that. And we talked about the Glenwood girls basketball team being Lincoln 40-20, had 36-6 heading into the final quarter. Well, in Indiana, I believe it was Bloomington South playing another basketball team. Bloomington South won 107-2. And we've went over, there's been a bunch recently had the Division II or Division III player that scored 130-some points. And that was, they're still kind of going back and forth. But what do you think sportsmanship has come now in sports? When you see a score like that, about time to call off the dogs, you think, Andrew?
Well, I think it's a tough situation since none of us were there and none of us saw what happened. It could have been, if it's the third string, the worst 5 girls on the court for the team that was up that big, what do? Tell them to come across the court and hand it to the other team so they can go score? That's almost more embarrassing than getting beat that bad. It's like a football team that's up, 52-0
can tell
with their
they're not trying.
Yeah, they've got their third string people in and they're kneeling the ball in the third quarter. I don't think that's very good sportsmanship either. So I don't think you can really judge a whole lot off of one score.
Steve, what do you think about this?
probably not an appropriate way to finish a game, especially in high school. The team that lost 107-2 had kind of been taken over, and none of the girls playing this year had even had any real varsity experience, as I understand it. So they were already initially outmatched, and the team that beat them is kind of a state power. So it was clearly a mismatch from the beginning, and it is hard to. It's one thing to beat a team that bad, but the girls that you have on your team at that time, or the other basketball players that you have on that team, is it fair to tell them to stop trying? And you want things to probably be a little bit more even than that, but if you yourself have a third or fourth string player who wants to go out and play their best and continue to shoot, you have to treat your own team with respect and let them do it.
Yeah, I'm saying probably try to get other people in a kind of snowball effect there. And now we've got the college bowl season coming up, and you have some weird bowls out there, the TaxSlayer.com bowl and Beef O'Brien. You got some weird bowls out there. About how many college bowls, Steve, we'll start with you, that you think you'll tune into, besides the big ones?
Maybe about 2 or 3, over the entirety of all of it, even the big ones. I'll probably see that they're on TV, and if they are close or if they're interesting at the time when I happen to flip on the TV, I might stick around with them for a little while. But the bowl season drags on for so long, and I think we've seen some of the TV ratings kind of show that people after a while just essentially get disinterested in college football when it starts up the first, second, third week of December and goes all the way past New Year's now.
Yeah. Now, Andrew, how many are you trying?
I'll make a priority probably to watch 2, and that'll be the national championship game in the Orange Bowl.
I was going to bring that up for the Huskies, yeah.
But outside of that, if it's flipping through the channels and one of them's on and it's a close game and maybe it's snowing, outside of that, I really could care less about the Beef O'Brady Bowl or the Idaho.
You guys have done your research on what these bowls are.
Well, there's occasionally some of them that, maybe, and then you figure out it's Nevada and Nevada State. You don't want to tune into it. But, but I was going to mention there, Northern Illinois barely squeaking into. We talked about last week on the Bay, barely squeaking in, and
that's my school.
Is
Go
it
Huskies.
really?
Yeah,
Huskies. Okay.
Graduate of NIU. Jordan Lynch should have been in New York for the Heisman. No, I'm just kidding on that part.
He is a very good MAC quarterback. Now, so unbiased.
He's changing the rush debate here on you, Dan. He's kind of taking over.
The Husky talk now, but no, that's fine. And now we'll go to that national championship game. Notre Dame and Alabama. On paper, it looks kind of close, but Alabama with that tough defense. How do you think, Steve, start with you with Notre Dame and Alabama?
I'd say Alabama is probably the clear favorite in this one. The defense, the schedule that they consistently play, the type of team I think they're used to going up against, the offenses they play on a regular basis are more high-powered, kind of a better pedigree than what Notre Dame has done. Notre Dame's going to be tough defensively against the Crimson Tide, but I just think it could be an overwhelming defensive effort on Alabama's behalf, and probably get away with another national championship for Nick Saban.
Andrew, what do you think about the Fighting Irish and Crimson Tide?
I think that if Notre Dame has a chance to win, it's going to have to, Golston, their quarterback's going to have to do a lot more running around like they saw Johnny Manziel do, because I think that's the weakness to an Alabama defense, is that mobile quarterback that can get around and spread them out. But I would be very surprised if Notre Dame won.
Yeah, and I've been raised actually to not like Notre Dame, just how it's been with my dad. But that's it, guys. Thanks for coming on for the debate, and good luck for everything at Sports Radio 1450. Always stay tuned. All right, that's it for the first semester episode of The Rush. Unfortunately, not be able to cover some of the action over the break. So, like tonight's boys basketball game versus Jacksonville, next week against the Lincoln Railers should be a good one over there in Lincoln. Collinsville Holiday Tournament for the guys team 2, the Schnooks Tournament. Make sure to tune in, though, on January 5th, GCNN Channel 22. I'll do play-by-play live broadcast of Glenwood and Lanphier at 7:45. We'll also miss the girls in action against SHE this Saturday. No wrestling at the Springfield Invite after our winter break and finals break. We'll be right back and better than ever. But right now, in the great words of Jim Rupert, we gone.